All right, so we are live on Zoom, and welcome to our first attendees. Welcome to our webinar from the series of subject webinars. And today we are going to talk about mechatronics and mechanical engineering, studying mechatronics and mechanical engineering in Germany. And as always, with you, it's me today, 𝘗𝘠𝘵, who will be like in these kind of days on subject webinars, the least interesting person. So I will make a short presentation from my side and then give the floor to our professors. As you can see, I'm not alone. We have 3 programs that will present their presentations. So not to take a lot of your time, I will just quickly tell you small technical details. So for those who would like to already send in some questions, the Q&A is already open. So you can send your questions by clicking on the Q&A button in the bottom part of your Zoom interface. You can find it. And then I will be monitoring throughout the webinar the Q&A section, and will open the floor for the live Q&A session where your questions will be addressed by our guests. So stay tuned. Regarding the chat, you cannot use the chat, but I would strongly recommend to keep an eye on the chat because they will share some interesting links or some technical or some contact details. So keep an eye on the chat as well. That's all that I wanted to tell you. Now let me jump into my part. So as I said, we are talking today about mechatronics and mechanical engineering. And quickly to go through the agenda, as I said, we have several guests from German universities. The first, we have from Deggendorf Institute of Technology, we have Mr. Sharma, who will be talking about master's level program in mechatronic and cyber physical systems. Then we'll move to Professor Dr. Aufderheide from Fachhochschule Südwestfalen, or University of Applied Sciences Südwestfalen, who will be talking also about master's level program, but in sustainable engineering of infrastructure. And then we'll close the day with Professor Stetter from Hochschule Ravensburg-Weingarten, or Ravensburg-Weingarten University of Applied Sciences. So before we move to this interesting part, let me tell you a couple of words regarding who is behind today's webinar. So it is MyGermanUniversity, and what you should know about us right now is that we are Germany's largest database of English taught study programs. So when you go to mygermanuniversity.com, you will be able to find over 2,400 programs, both on bachelor level, also on master's level, that are taught in English, mostly in English. And you can see that on the small excerpt of our study finder on the left-hand side, you can see that we also have some short courses and language courses listed as well. So our main goal, to put it simply and shortly, is to help international students like you and like me, once I was also international students here, on their way to study in Germany. And our study finder actually is one of the ways of doing so. As I said, you can see here just a small like demo version, I would say, of our study finder on your screens. But when you go to our website and you click on the study finder on the top left corner, there you will be able to find all the functions and all the opportunities that it can offer you. So it has lots of filters by which you can find the best program fitting for you very quickly. Yeah, I will share the links also to Study Finder in the chat after my presentation. Another way of helping you is through writing our articles. Right now on our website, we have over 95 comprehensive articles, and on various topics. You can find articles on master studies in general, on fees and costs, on how to write letter of motivation or uni assist, etc., etc. So on the left-hand side, you can see we have the panel by which you can navigate through articles and find articles on the topics that are of a great interest to you. I will strongly recommend you to also take a look at those articles. And last but not least, the third way of helping you is through organizing our webinars. We have over 150 webinars per year, and the topics of the webinars vary. That can be uni assist, that can be visa, that can be scholarships, that can be subject webinars like the one that we are having today. And many webinars are already planned, and that's why when you go to mygermanuniversity.com and to the webinar section, you can see already which are the webinars that you can sign up for. Again, for free. You can do that for free on the website. And also, I would strongly suggest you to create an account on our website, which is also for free. By doing this, you'll be able to unlock more options that the website is able to offer you. All right, so regarding our team, yeah, we are based in Hamburg in North Germany, which is a bit warm today. It's strange, and and our team is quite international. We are not only in Hamburg, but all around Germany and also in various countries of the world. We have our colleagues who are based in China, in Spain, etc., etc. So yeah, our team is quite international. So moving to some details regarding general details regarding studying in Germany, I would say for those who are interested also in German taught study programs, I would also recommend you to check out Hochschulkompass. And I will send the link also shortly in the chat. But for those who are more into English taught study programs, then I would say MyGermanUniversity and our study finder should be your stop, because here we have much more English taught programs in mechatronics and mechanical engineering compared to the previous one. And you can see the exact numbers of bachelor's and master's programs, and most of them are in English only, which means that you do not need any knowledge of German to study on these programs. Yeah, for those who do not know what to expect when it comes to studying mechatronics or mechanical engineering in Germany, I would also strongly suggest you to check out our subject page. For each subject, we have pages where we have this kind of generic information, general information that you can find. For example, what are the rankings of the universities that are offering these programs, or what are the tuition fee ranges that I should expect if I want to study these subjects in Germany, or what are the requirements in terms of application admission. So all this kind of general information to have a bigger picture, bigger general picture of what you should expect can be found on our subject pages, to which I will also send you the links. Regarding the tip, yeah, of course, many often hear, we often hear, not only me, I guess, that yeah, students check out the rankings, check out the names of the cities, and only based on this, they decide to which university to go, which I would say is not a really correct strategy, because rankings, first of all, do not take into account lots of universities in Germany. They just do not include them, these popular rankings. And also they do not really reflect those details that are of a great interest exactly to you. So I would say do not rely that much on the quantitative metrics. Regarding the city names, also, I hear often, if I go to Germany, I want to go only to Munich or Berlin. Of course, Munich and Berlin are really nice with great universities and great programs, but in Germany, there are much more towns, much more cities with great universities offering really high quality programs. So, and probably, and most probably, I would say, in many cases, those programs might be much more fitting to you rather than in those cities. So it depends. That's why, yeah, you should check out all of the opportunities that are there for you in order to not to miss out the best fitting programs. One more thing, and I will call it a day from my side. So there are two university types that I want you to know about. The first type of university is Universität type of university. And when you go to our study finder, you can also filter, for example, the programs which are offered by this type of university. So we even have this kind of filter. And for the second type of university, it's in English, as you could see, I said it already several times, it's University of Applied Sciences. And in German, it can have some different names. You can see, you can test your German, because these are not easiest words for those who do not speak any German yet. And yeah, you can also find the programs in our study finder offered by this type of university only. Now the question arises, I'm more than sure that in your town, in your countries, as in my country, we do not have this kind of difference. So you would ask me now, should I be worried about? Is there any huge difference that I should know about? And I would say, do not worry. The main key takeaway that I would like you to know about is that focus. So in general, when it comes to Universität type of university, the focus is more relatively on research and theory. And when it comes to University of Applied Sciences, the focus is more on application and practice. So the choice is yours. And if you are more, if you are interested in more details, like historical differences, how it came out, you can also drop me an email, and I'll try my best to explain it as concisely as possible. But this is not that much important. And final suggestion from my side is that, again, searching for a right program is really crucial. So in order, again, to not to miss out any programs that might be the best fit for you in terms of your interest, in terms of your background, also play a bit with the words when you are searching for the programs also on our study finder. Thanks for staying with us. And now, I would like to invite our first speaker, from Deggendorf Institute of Technology, Mr. Sharma, who will be talking about master's level program, as I said, in mechatronic and cyber physical systems. And just to know where we are right now, we are in quite south of Germany. And now I'm inviting Mr. Sharma to the floor.
So today I myself, Sharma, feel honored on behalf of Campus 𝘗𝘓 would be giving you a brief introduction regarding the master's degree course of Mechatronics and Cyber Physical Systems. So starting about the course, first we will be introducing you regarding the DIT campuses. In all, there are more than 10 facilities provided by the DIT campus across the Bavarian district, and the main campus has been marked over here with a sky blue box, and the Campus 𝘗𝘓 over here is been shown in the purple box along with the heart. And this is the orthographical view of the Bavarian district, where you can see all the 13 facilities provided by DIT and also been written TSG. TSG stands for the Technik Hochschule Deggendorf. That's the literal translation of Deggendorf Institute of Technology in German. So studying it in 𝘗𝘓 is an experience of its own. The campus has been equipped with a state-of-the-art technology. This helps the campus to become the center of digital startups for aspiring founders. The study courses are revised after every 6 months when the student review is being done. 𝘗𝘓 is not a very expensive city to live in when compared to the modern cities such as Regensburg, Munich, Nuremberg, and a 62 euro student contribution makes it really affordable for the students to study. And the university is also being partnered with the regional industrial sectors such as the Mechatronic Compensate Network 𝘱𝘢𝘊. So the university also organizes social events twice in a month, and these were the 2 events that happened recently in our facility. So first one is the Tasting the World. It was a culinary trip where the students were requested to make the food of their regional places, and for the traditional day, the students were requested to wear the traditional clothes of the place where they come from. Talking about the studying options at DIT, the students can opt for either a bachelor's program or a master's program. Here you can see for the bachelor's program, it will be a 7-semester course in the mechatronics and digital production, all taught in German medium, whereas going towards the master's degree program, the students are given a choice of master's in cyber physical system and mechatronics, and the other course is artificial intelligence for smart sensors and actuators. Both the master degree courses are being made taught in English medium, and these are the 3-semester degree program. So coming about the CPS, also known as the cyber physical systems, is an integration of computation, networking, and physical processes. The embedded computer network monitors and controls the physical processes with a feedback loop where the physical processes affect the computation. The future physical world of the machine, equipment, and device network with the virtual world of the cyberspace is the CPS, also known as cyber physical systems. And the main examples used in the sectors are traffic, home, medical, engineering, and transportation. And here are the required to-the-point examples for the same, as you can see. Since I told you that the degree is of 3 semesters, so here you can see that there is actually a lot of demand and over 1,500 applications that are given each semester by the students all over the globe. And right now the Campus 𝘗𝘓 is having students from more than 25 different nationalities. And the course is equipped with technologically 4-oriented programs such as which are modern and advanced simulation systems, cooperative and autonomous systems, virtual reality and augmented reality, along with HMI. HMI stands for the human machine interface, and last but not least, it's the additive manufacturing processes. The 2 interdisciplinary subjects that needs to be studied in this unit are also cyber physical systems and functional safety, to be obvious. Giving you a brief introduction, now we'll be going toward the the study program along the 3 semesters, whereas in the first semester, the students are made to taught the structure and functions of the CPS, the business model of CPS, and also the advanced robotics with the cooperation and autonomous systems, along with the advanced modeling and simulation with a case study of mechatronic system simulation. Going towards the second semester, the virtual reality, augmented reality are made compulsory along with the mobile and adaptive HMIs, with a case study of augmented and virtual reality in the system engineering, along with the technologies of additive manufacturing, the subject of additive manufacturing production process, along with a case study of cyber physical production systems using additive manufacturing is to be made learn to the students. And for the third semester, the students are have to present their master thesis and a master's seminar along with the 2 subjects, which are principles of functional safety and design of safe systems. Talking about the course integration, here you can very well see that out of 7, 4 integrated modules were actually the case study. This has been made compulsory to enhance the theoretical knowledge and to transfer the theoretical skills into the practical world relevance, so that the students can get the perfect consolidation of the personal and social competence in the upcoming world. And for the FWP, here you can see that there are a lot of there is a whole bunch of subjects which are being offered after every 6th semester, and they are being updated after every batch, and the whole course is being given by the VSB, also known as the Virtual University of Bavaria. For the laboratories and technical focuses, the university gives a brief insight to the students regarding the additive manufacturing, robotics, and automation. And for the department of additive manufacturing, the students are given insight about the 7 different type of methods, which are being like laser screening, stereolithography, continuous filament fabrication, filament printing, rapid prototyping, to name a few. And regarding the robotics section, the university gives the hands-on experience over the collaborative robots with VR, AR, industrial robots, autonomous systems, and also digital factory. And regarding the automation part, the students are made to learn how to use the drive technology, decentralized drives, control and regulation, 3D scanning, and measurement technology for the process. So talking about the innovation lab can be used as a co-working space for the startups, which enables collaboration between the students and the startup scenes. The 2 main supporting factors in the innovation lab or the design engineering includes the factory planning and the virtual commission, and the area of production, including the collaborative robots and additive manufacturing goods, good dispensing, and AR, VR. So students can receive valuable insights into modern day development and production during production process during their learning stage, to get the hand-on experience and go towards the industry 4.0 demonstrators. So this is a project which was being made by a student, and the main goal was to simultaneously print 2 of the materials at the same time using 3D printing methods, and the whole design was made into SolidWorks. And this is the another project in which the student has implemented AGVS, also known as Automated Guided System Vehicle System, and the whole trial was done using a LiDAR scanner, also known as Light Detecting and Ranging System. This is a third kind of project which includes deep learning and was done over the Fanuc robot CR15IA, and the aim of the project was to get the direct control of the robot through the hand gestures, along with the collaborating working of the pick and place job. For the sensor lab is equipped with majorly four aspects, in which the first three would be the hardware and the fourth one is the software part. Talking about the sensor, the sensor part has been equipped with the Industry of Information of Technology by the help of angle, light, speed, temperature, and pressure sensors. Along with the microcontroller part, the students can get hands-on experience over different type of Arduino boards, such as Arduino Uno, Arduino R3, 𝘱𝘢𝘕𝘓, and along with the Jetson Nano kits and Raspberry Pi, to name a few. And with the temperature devices, there are actually two type of categories. One are the temperature calibrators, another is the temperature chambers, which can range from -70 degrees centigrades to +200 degrees centigrades. And talking about the technical software, the university also provides a whole bunch of free softwares where the students can get hands-on practical experience over the industrial exposure. Since we all know that everywhere we see the electronics are being equipped with the sensors, so taking just an example of a car here, we are going to tell you that there are so many sensors which are being inbuilt and have been a part of our life, knowingly or unknowingly. We are actually using them in the form of radar sensor, infrared sensor, LiDAR, radar, ultrasonic carbon dioxide speed and pressure sensor. And for the computer vision, we are actually using video camera, and reversing camera is also the video camera only. And DIT has got a very rich alumni in all sectors of industry, whether it is automation, automotive, aeroscience, quality control, medical system, research and development, product development, robotics, and energy system, to name a few. So if you all guys are planning to get the masters in mechatronics and cyber physical system, you must remember that you must get to know that you must be having a bachelor's degree in the relevant area of at least 210 ECTS, along with the language proficiency in English with a minimum of B2, and for the German it's A2. And you also have to clear an aptitude exams, which includes higher mathematics, physics, electrical engineering basics, and information and control engineering concepts. Regarding the application period for the summer semester, which is going to be happening in Campus Kham and going to be commencing on 15th of March, the application period starts from 15th of November and goes up to 15th of January. Whereas if the students are applying for the winter semester in Deggendorf, that's the main campus Deggendorf, the semester will be starting from 1st of October, and the application process will be starting from 15th of April till 15th of July. And for the more information, you can always hop onto the Primus portal and get all the information regarding DIT. And the points of contacts will be Ms. Bettina Wittmann for Campus Kham if the students are willing to have the master's degree program in the summer semester. And for the winter semester, you can contact to the main campus of Deggendorf, and the person of contact will be Mrs. Iriana Fries. So that's all. I would be resting my presentation. Thanks for the time.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sharma, for a very nice presentation and for all the details that you provided to the students, which I am sure are they will be very valued. And yeah, regarding the points of contact, there were some questions regarding it already. And just for the matter of convenience, I just put also these two emails in the chat for the attendees so that you can easily copy that. All right, so thank you very much. And now let's move to our other guest, Professor Dr. Aufderheide. And you can see that we are moving to the west, I would say west middle Germany. And yeah, to the Südwestfalen University of Applied Sciences. And again, we will be talking about master levels program and now in the systems engineering and engineering management. So Professor, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. And of course, I will share my screen. First of all, I would like to send my appreciation to all of those who are now in the chat. You can see my slide set right now. Perfect. Okay. So yeah, welcome. My name is Dominik Aufderheide. I'm actually the course director for the Systems Engineering and Engineering Management course. This is a Master of Science degree, and it is actually located at the campus Soest of the Fachhochschule Südwestfalen, or if you want to translate it, the Southwestphalia University of Applied Sciences. I would like to start my presentation with a short look on the motivation, why we actually came up with this specific course and why it might be interesting after you have studied probably mechanical engineering or mechatronics engineering or even electronical engineering and your bachelor's, now to move on to systems engineering and engineering management. After a short motivation, I will of course talk about the program structure, briefly about our campus in Soest, and of course what you need to do to be part of our program in the future. So, short motivation. As you all know, what are the current technological trends you can actually see in Germany, in Europe, and probably worldwide? You will see, for example, trends like autonomous driving, artificial intelligence, big data analysis, industry 4.0, which means that we want to have connected production facilities, we want to have smart production facilities. And all of these technological trends are, of course, tend to actually lead to a situation where the German industry, worldwide industry, has to think in a broader sense about their technical products. For example, when you look 40, 50 years back, when you want to produce a car, the questions you need to mainly answer are mechanical questions when you want to develop the whole platform of a car. If you look into a modern car, autonomous driving car, with, of course, not longer a fuel-based engine, but with an electrical drive, you need to think about especially mechanical engineering, but you need to think about also, of course, about electrical engineering and, of course, a lot of software-related stuff, which makes it important in your development cycle. When I actually use numbers of the German automotive industry, we can nowadays say that 80% of the development costs of a new car are actually related to more software side of things. And you can of course see that other technological trends like artificial intelligence, big data, industry 4.0, you can see more or less the same tendencies. And all of these companies, of course, are desperately looking for people who can actually work in these kind of specific disciplines. What makes it difficult is that when you come from your classical engineering application and your engineering degree, for example, in mechatronics or mechanical or electrical engineering, you actually educated in a way, of course, just in your discipline. And of course, you are well educated to actually take over roles in industry such like hardware development engineer, construction engineer, project engineers, application or software development. However, if you now think about the more complex system structures, the more complex architectures you would actually expect in these kind of trend industries, what the industries really need is that they need people who are able to think outside their specific discipline and outside of their specific education, because they looking for people, especially in leading positions such as senior managers, group leaders, or head of departments, which are well educated also in systems engineering and engineering management aspect. So therefore, we came up with this particular course to provide a possible education for well-educated bachelors in specific engineering disciplines in order to educate them for leading position in industry. Okay, why systems engineering and why engineering management? The first aspect is that when you are an engineer, what you are used to do is that you really like to work on the details, aren't you? So for example, if you are educated as a mechanical engineer, you probably worked in construction and you are actually used to the fact that you really dive knee deep into the details, for example, of designing a mechanical platform, of doing calculations about their robustness or whatever it needs to be. However, when you are now going to a leading position in industry, you of course need to have this knowledge, but you also need to think about more complex general technological aspects in a way that you need to think about it as a system as a whole. which means that, of course, there might be mechanical components, but there is also some software you need to develop. There are also maybe electronical or electrical elements you need to develop. And that is that you need to really require how you design such systems, how you assign different people for different kind of engineering work, how to actually design interfaces between the different branches, the different disciplines you have there. For example, if you want to design a complete overall system, you need to briefly discuss and really explain into the detail what are the interfaces between different mechanical and electrical aspects. And that is what systems engineering is all about. Of course, not just that. We will also talk about requirements engineering, okay, how to decide which kind of functionalities you have. This is the systems engineering side of things. On the other hand, of course, if you're in a leading position, you need actually to have the knowledge to actually do the business part of your work. Because engineers usually work just in their technological discipline they're educated in. But you need to actually decide about costs of development. You need to decide about what kind of price I can probably actually get on the market for this particular project. You need to think about things like project management. You need to think about how to actually lead project development teams and stuff like that. What is the strategy for marketing your new products in the market? And of course, for this, you need to have technological educated guys, but with a strong emphasis on the management aspect. And that's why we came up actually with this course. So how we actually designed the course, and let's go to the program structure. We have actually one course, the Systems Engineering and Engineering Management course, but within this course, we are offering 3 different pathways, depending on your specific background you already have from your bachelor degree. So we have for the electronics and electrical engineering, the electronic systems pathway. For those who are studied in the mechatronics part, we have the mechatronics systems pathway. And for the classical mechanical engineer, we have the mechanical systems pathway. And all of these pathways are leading at the end to your degree in systems engineering and engineering management. Why we need 3 different pathways? Very easy. Educating an engineer in order to make him actually, her or him actually successful in a leading position is of course very, very important, because for all the disciplines. And therefore, why not actually splitting the course in different pathways based on your current background? Here you see the typical curriculum of our course. This is the 3-semester program, which actually runs 2 semesters of classical lectures, exams, and assignments, and the 3rd semester as the master project and colloquium. And when you actually look on the different modules in the different pathways, electronic systems, mechatronic systems, and mechanical system, you will see that only specific modules are actually changed between the pathways. So for example, if you're studying electronic systems pathway, you would have in the 1st semester a module like signal processing. However, this requires usually that you have some knowledge about signal processing from your bachelor's degree in electrical engineering. So if you have studied mechanical systems before, it would be more suitable to actually change signal processing, and you are studying advanced production engineering because this is more fitting about your background. But most of the modules are exactly the same because we want to educate you for a leading position. What to expect from the different modules in your course? Actually, we have a bunch of common modules which are the same for all students in all the different pathways. You have actually modules like technical publication and presentation, for example, which is dealing mainly with one very important aspect in your industrial career. If you want to actually transfer yourself to a leading position, you need to be able to actually present and report about what you're doing. I can tell you from my personal experience, the difference between a very successful person in industry and a not successful person in industry is how well you are able to present your results and your ideas. So this is very important. Also very important if you want to go and want to stay in academia, for example, for a PhD degree, because you are expected to publish your work in conferences, and so on. Business and engineering is basically the groundwork for all the important business aspects in your engineering life. Things like management techniques, business organization, cost calculation, price setting, marketing, sales processes, and so on. Of course, international project management. So I think why project management is an important part of your professional life. I think I do not need really to actually elaborate a lot about that. That is, of course, given. Integrated management is dealing with different kind of management topics from the organizational point of view. Especially if you want to work in bigger companies, you need to deal with things like quality management, environmental management. Very important is the aspect of change and innovation management, and that is exactly what you will find in this module. Systems engineering, of course, is taking the system perspective on technological problems. And actually within this course, we are doing it based on machine learning, because machine learning is a typical discipline where you need to have knowledge about different kind of disciplines within one project. So in systems engineering, you're actually using the systems engineering approach in order to solve machine learning, deep learning tasks. Advanced control is dealing with all kind of control technologies, modern control technologies, which you actually expect. And these were the modules which were common for all the pathways. In the electronic pathway, we have one signal processing module, which I already mentioned. In the electronic and mechatronics pathway, you are learning also about cyber-physical systems, embedded system design, the module which we call microprocessor-based systems. Then for the mechatronic and mechanical pathway, advanced production engineering, things like, for example, factory layout planning, design and development of production systems, and so on. And last but not least, for the mechanical engineers, monitoring of mechanical systems. So the whole idea of creating digital twin within digital environments is actually given within this module. That is more or less everything about the program structure. Let us speak about our campus here in Soest, where I'm currently located. Actually, this campus Soest is part of the Fachhochschule Südwestfalen, the South Westphalia University of Applied Sciences, which is a university of applied sciences which runs 5 different campuses, all in the western region of Germany. We have more or less 13,000 students in a bunch of different bachelor and master courses across these different campuses. Of course, we are mainly dealing with engineering courses, also in economics, natural science, agricultural science, and educational science. This is our strong background. The city of Soest is actually a very historical, let's say medium-sized cities. The cost of living in Soest is relatively small, but Soest is located in the western area of Germany, in the actual state of North Rhine-Westphalia, which is the highly populated area in Germany with a lot of big cities nearby. Soest has roughly 50 to 60,000 inhabitants, but the bigger cities like Dortmund, Cologne, Düsseldorf, and other big cities are nearby. Münster, Bielefeld, Paderborn, all these are bigger cities above 100,000. So you actually can combine the small and family atmosphere in this medieval town of Soest, but at the same time, by train connections, visit all the bigger cities nearby. Our university campus is a real campus university, which means that we run a campus facility in Soest, which is actually everything we run in Soest is located on one campus structure. Here, for example, you see the different buildings we are running, the different faculties. You can see here the faculty buildings. These are lab buildings. These are, for example, the library, the Mensa, cafeteria, and all the stuff, lecture halls, and everything you will find in one campus location in Soest. Due to the fact that we run, of course, 5 different campuses, each of the campuses of the South Westphalia University are quite, let's say, small in terms of student numbers. So, for example, in Soest, we have roughly 4,000 to 5,000 students. Because we have one actual very important aspect. All of our courses are run in small groups. We're not believing in running big groups, especially if you want to educate the future leaders of industry, but we're running smaller groups and we want to have a personal contact between the professors and the students within the course. That is a very important aspect of this. Here we'll see, for example, our typical facilities. This is the Faculty of Electrical Engineering, which is running this particular course. We are running different labs, for example, in automation and learning systems. We have a lab in power engineering, we have a lab in electrical drives, and so on and so on. So within all the typical technical disciplines. One important aspect for you as an international student is that when you come to decide to study in Soest, we are actually running 3 different international programs here in Soest, which means that we have a high amount of international students from a lot of countries. All of our international programs are taught completely in English, which means that you do not have any proficiency in the German language. Of course, even if I would recommend once you are here that you start to learn German, because it would make your life easier and for your future career, of course, it would be a big benefit, but for the course itself, English language is enough. So here you see some lecture halls we're running here. The whole campus is kind of a park atmosphere. This is our lab of electrical drives, so we have all the different elements here. This is a very interesting facility. This is a former chapel of actually the institution which ran the campus beforehand, and within the former chapel we're running a high power lab. One look into the library, just some impressions from our campus. So what you need to do to actually start your application. For summer, we are actually starting and getting new students in summer and in winter semester, which means that you can start your course in both of these 2 semesters. On this slide, you will find the typical application deadlines for non-EU students, for example. For the summer semester, it would be 16th of May to 15th of November. For winter semester, it would be 16th of November to 15th of May each year via UniAssist. And this is probably the most important part of my slide set. If you have any further questions, please feel free to contact me via email, via phone, connect with me on LinkedIn or on any other social media. And of course, all the questions you would have about the course, I would be very happy to answer. If you have any related questions, especially about enrollment, admission, and the application process, feel free to contact our Systems Engineering Management Administration Office, Ms. Mester. You will also find the contact data here, and I'm happy to share all these kind of information right now also in the chat, so you can find it there. It's already done from Georgi, so thank you very much. Yeah, so that's from my side. I hope probably that I caught your interest, and maybe we will see us soon on the campus in Soest at one point in time. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much, Professor, for being on to the point, very much onto the point, and providing such a wonderful information. As for the chat, yeah, you cannot beat me there because I was much quicker in this case.
You are quicker, yes, you are quicker. I need to admit that, yes.
Thank you very much. Yeah, there are some questions already, so which is good. I saved some for the later, but there's still some open. So thanks a lot, and let me move now to our next guest. Now we are moving again to the very, very south of Germany. We are moving to Ravensburg-Weingarten University of Applied Sciences, and we have, as I said, Professor Dr. Stetter, who will be talking now about bachelor level program, because I saw quite a lot of questions regarding the bachelor levels program. So here we are. We will now be talking about mechanical engineering, international project engineering. So, Professor, now the floor is yours.
Welcome. I'm happy that you are interested in our programs. Now this program is a bit different. This is now a bachelor program, but I will start it a bit also explaining why you should study in Germany in our region. So this is a bit the slogan of our university, the University of Applied Sciences, Ravensburg-Weingarten. We are rooted in a region in Upper Swabia in the very south of Germany, but we are open to the world. And this has a lot of advantages to you or for you. Okay. So this is where we are located. We are not in the center of Germany, but we are in the heart of Europe. So we are very close to other countries like Switzerland, Austria, France. So within 1 hour, I could be within Austria, I could be at the Alps. And so there is a lot of things close culturally, but also in terms of industry. We are rather small. So our university, we have 3,700 students, and we have 31 study programs, but it's engineering, also IT, business, social work, and healthcare. So there is a broad program, which is also important for our campus, like a scientific university. What is very important, which you should keep in mind, is the number of professors. So for 3,700 students, we have 100 professors, and this is one of the main advantages of all three institutions that present today of a University of Applied Sciences, this ratio, and I will tell you a bit more about this. So international students open to the world. We are working on having more and more international students at our campus, and we have achieved to increase the number from 9% to now 16%. We have several study programs taught in English language. This is electrical engineering and IT, e-mobility and green energy. The one that I will talk about today is mechanical engineering, a special variant to international project engineering. We have physical engineering, and we have two master programs, electrical engineering and embedded systems and mechatronics. And we have a lot of options for exchange students. We have English taught lectures. We have projects where the scope, the transfer credits are by agreement. We have a lot of language courses, German and other languages, and we have a center that is teaching intercultural communication. So what is the advantage for you? What would be the advantage if you study at such kind of university? We have the other slogan, small, smart, and safe. And this is an advantage because there's one campus, short distances. So everything you can walk from your lecture hall to the student canteen to the dormitories. That's all located in Weingarten, very close. And then you have this support, as I pointed out, you have one professor per 37 students. So we have small groups, you have direct contacts to the people that are educating you. You can ask questions. So there is a very close communication going on. We have a close cross-faculty cooperation. So because we are small, so all the faculties have to cooperate in order to enable high-class education programs. And we have this quiet and friendly environment. I will show you some pictures also, which helps you to achieve good study results, to concentrate on your studies, to feel well. Very important is the specific approach of the University of Applied Sciences. We have a hands-on approach on teaching. You see there one of my colleagues, that's Professor André Kaufmann. He was working at Continental before. He did design turbochargers there, but here he is explaining a car suspension system directly in our well-equipped laboratory to students. And this is a major advantage. As also Georgie pointed out, all of our professors have been in industry. So all of them are industrial experts that have the experience. I myself, I worked at Audi Motor Company. I can tell you how it means to develop a car, and you have this close contact that you would not have at a scientific universities. So we have professors with work experience in their specific field of expertise. We additionally have lecturers from industry. I will tell you a bit what kind of industry we have around our campus. And we invest a lot of money in well-equipped laboratories. So at the University of Applied Sciences, you don't spend so much time in a lecture hall. You spend a lot of time in laboratories where you have world-class equipment and where you can really do things, where you can learn by doing and not just by listening. So where we are here, you see the RWU located in the center, and there's a lot of international operating firms, companies around us, very close, the Zahnradfabrik Friedrichshafen, the ZF, and also the MTU, close to the Lake Constance. But if you look a bit first to the east, there's Munich. In Munich, you have the headquarters of BMW and you have Siemens. A bit north, you have the headquarters of Audi. And if you go directly to the north in Stuttgart, we have Mercedes-Benz, we have Porsche, we have Bosch, and close to the Lake Constance, there is Airbus. And if we go to the south, to Liechtenstein, which is close to Austria, you have Hilti. So a lot of companies are close to us and work together for us. Also, one specialty when you look at the bachelor degree is at the University of Applied Sciences, you usually have a compulsory study semester, and those you would spend at those companies. So you would be 6 months at one of those companies and you would learn how they work, and you could develop your personal skills at such companies. A bit about the surrounding. So the city of Weingarten is a rather small city, 25,000 people living there, but there are 2 universities. Another university is the Pedagogical University, so 7,000 universities. It's a student town, so students are here everywhere, but also culture is everywhere. We have the biggest Baroque church north of the Alps. We have the largest horse procession in the world. It's the so-called 𝘗𝘪𝘵. It's done for religious reasons. And we have something special, which you soon also see. It's the Carnival, 𝘗𝘪𝘵. A lot of things go on in this region because very close to Weingarten, it's nearly bordering Weingarten, is Ravensburg. It's a bit larger. It's called the City of Towers and Gauge. There live 50,000 people. It's the economic hub of a region called Upper Swabia. We have a nice medieval town center. Here below, you see the Christmas market, a rich cultural program. Here on the upper right side, you see children on this carnival. And also on the lower right side, you see one important company, it's Ravensburg. Maybe you recognize it. Since 1884, the company Ravensburger produces mainly board games, and it's known worldwide by the Blue Triangle. Also a bit more impressions. You see again pictures from the carnival here in Weingarten. You can see the landscape. You see the Lake Constance, which is close nearby, 20 kilometers, and behind this already the Swiss Alps. And you see a jump into this Lake Constance, and also you see a view from this university where you have first this Baroque church, and then you have the towers of Ravensburg, and then also again you have directly the Swiss Alps. Okay, so this a bit about the region and this smart, safe, small, how such universities work. And what we offer is in mechanical engineering, international project engineering. It's specifically made to have for international students. So the course basis is mechanical engineering. Mechanical engineering in Germany is really pretty strong. The German car industry is famous, but also if you look at production engineering, German machines are famous worldwide. And you can study here, mainly based in production technology course. So the special focus is Industry 4.0. As you also heard in the presentations before, that's one mega trend. So everything right now, you have to control your processes. You have to be aware about the data. And this is Industry 4.0. And if you want to be a fresh mechanical engineer, you have to know about Industry 4.0 and also about project management. So our emphasis in this specific study program is a broad knowledge of mechanical engineering, but also specialized knowledge concerning manufacturing and assembly processes, also automation technology in the sense of Industry 4.0. Also, we look at basic business knowledge, international oriented, so that you can play your role as a project manager, as a project leader in such international manufacturing projects, and also language skills and intercultural skills. So what we have here is an interesting topic topic with a frequently demanded job description. So this was developed with industry. We were developing with industrial companies worldwide to develop this factory planning and automation in an international context. This is a bit detailed picture of the study structure. I think you can find this in the internet. I don't want to go into this into detail, but I will explain that you have 2 years in English. So in the 2 years, there's only one German course, Deutsch as Fremdsprache. This starts in the first semester, goes on for the 2 years, and at the end you achieve the level B2. So you are proficient enough in German language so that you can have a practical training in Germany or international, and that you then in your final theoretical semester, you can follow courses also in German language. So after this program, you are able to work internationally, but you can also work in a German company which requires German. Not all of German companies do, but many companies which are in mechanical engineering still require German so that you can communicate with people in the shop floor. Therefore, I definitely recommend, if you spend time in Germany, you should learn German, you should achieve German level B2, and the course is designed in a way that you can do it, that you have enough time to learn it and that you can apply it. So some information at a glance. So the period of study is 7 semesters, and it is including one internship of 6 months, where you would be in a company. The final degree is Bachelor of Engineering from a German University of Applied Sciences with system accreditation. So it's a degree where you have worldwide accreditation. The admission requirements is a higher education entrance qualification with a prep course from a student colleague or enough from your university. There has to be an assessment, and you need an English certificate for B2. So the English level has to be B2. The start in closing days. So we always start in summer semester. The lectures start in March, and you can apply until 15th of January now in 2023, but also each year afterwards. Some success stories also to show you what you can achieve when you study at a University of Applied Sciences. This is Volker. I'm happy enough to know him personally. He started as an RD engineer in optic design. He is an Oscar Prize winner. So you see him there with his Oscar, which he got for lighting certain movies. And he is also the Chief Executive Officer. So he is also leading a company called 𝘱𝘱𝘳𝘃. So with a degree from a University of Applied Sciences, there's no limit. So you can achieve everything. You can switch on to a scientific university. You can pursue a PhD degree, as also several of our students now do. So I'd say everything is open. Again, what makes our university a bit different? Well, you get a quality education. You have good job opportunity. Also, we have lots of industrial companies close nearby. We have a nice region, Upper Swabia, but also the Swiss and Austrian Alps, the Lake Constance. There's a strong culture, especially for Indian people. We have a strong Indian council where people can find, but also for other nationalities. And the people are close together. We are a small university in a small town. And for you studying your program as in a bachelor degree program, I think this is very helpful. Okay, so thank you for your time and interest. Also, I would be available. It's my email address is really easy. Just my family name, stetter@rwu.de. So you can reach me. You can find all information on MyGermanUniversity. Also, obviously, on our website, www.mygernuniversity.de. 𝘗𝘪𝘏.de, so easy to find. And so thanks for staying with us. And I'm looking forward for our Q&A session. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, Professor. I hope I wrote correctly your email, how I heard in the chat. And now it's going to be, I'll try to keep it short, but we'll see, because we have a lot of questions. And I am very happy that we have a lot of questions, and I would like to address as much as we can. So let me start with the first one that I noted. The question is, what are the requirements for IGCSE students, which means International Certificate of Secondary Education? So I think this question is directed to Professor Stetter because this is a bachelor's program. So is this kind of certificate acceptable for your program, or they have to go, for example, through Studienkolleg?
Okay, in our program, we have a pre-scan done by Studienkolleg, but it's just a scan. So Studienkolleg will sometimes be necessary, but in most cases, there will be just given an okay, and you can start the studies.
Okay, good to know. Thank you very much. Now let's move to the next question, and I would say this question is open for everyone. Do you have any minimum age for entering your program? Let's start with Professor Aufderheide.
No, we haven't. The only, of course, necessity is what kind of degree you have. That's it. And usually, of course, when you go to a master's degree, we expect that you have a bachelor degree before. So therefore, age is not an issue.
Great. Good to know. Thanks. Mr. Sharma?
Same. I would say the same. Actually, I am the youngest in my class.
Okay.
In the year 22, I turned out to be 22.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, so that was the
Same
thing.
for us.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Same for
all you just need to meet the minimum requirements as required by the university in which you are applying, and all you need to have a relevant bachelor's degree.
Yeah, okay, great. And yeah, Professor Stetter also said that it is the same in their case. So I will now move to the next question then. Hi, I wanted to know if the type of my engineering bachelor's degree will have any significance in my application. For example, Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Technology, Bachelor of Engineering. So will this be important? So this question is for the master's programs. So Mr. Sharma, what would you say?
I would say that if you're having the relevant subjects are more important, and also you need to meet the 210 ECTS threshold line. So if you're having a bachelor's in B.Tech or in bachelor's in engineering, bachelor's in technology, doesn't really matter if you're having all those related subjects. Just like the way we mentioned, there would be an aptitude test that will be testing your previous knowledge of your bachelor's, including mathematics, physics, information technology, and controls, and some of the electrical engineering basics, such as circuit questions.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you. And in case of Professor Aufderheide?
So for us, it's more or less the same. We do not have any kind of entrance test, but we are just expecting that when you have a bachelor's degree with an engineering aspect, of course, it not necessarily needs to be specifically mechanical, mechatronic, or engineering. Also, similar disciplines could be valid. And the important is for us is that you just have a specific minimum score in your bachelor, which we'll find in our entrance minimum qualifications.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. The next question. I graduated from University of Aleppo in 2019 as a top of my class and possess a certificate that confirms the previous information. Could this back my application, or is it irrelevant? So is being top of the class relevant for your applications? Anyone could start. Yeah.
To be honest, not really, but I would expect, of course, that if you apply, of course, you will have, when you're on the top of your class, you would have a very, very good mark. And of course, that would be relevant, yes.
Yeah, exactly. So I think this was exactly the question. Yeah. So the GPA matters in case of South Westphalia. Now, in case of RWU, I mean, yeah, any school notes, do they matter or not?
Yeah, it's the same answer. That's
Okay,
generally
great.
yeah.
Thank you. And Mr. Sharma?
But I would say that yeah, GPA do matter, but to a certain extent. If you're having, because in our university, what I have came across on the grounds, like students are there are a lot of many students who are not having a very high GPA, but still they're having too much experience and they know a lot of things on field. So that counts. Experience really matters. This is also one thing that students need to think upon it.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's just a threshold which we are passing with the marks.
Yeah, clear. Thank you. Next question then. What are the most recognized tests for engineers looking to study in Germany for someone who does not meet the requirements with just their high school? Just any test in general. And this question was specifically for the bachelor levels program, if they have any tests. So I would then address Professor Stetter with this question.
Yeah, but to be honest, I wouldn't say that there is a specific test. In this case, if you do not meet the requirements up front, it's not rather up to a test, but it's rather to a qualification course like offered by the student colleague.
Yeah.
But maybe you can add something to this.
Yeah, from my side, yeah, maybe our guest would like to add something regarding any known tests. Okay. All right, so this question was for RVU and Professor already answered this. Thank you very much. This question was okay. Yes, maybe this is a general question and I should address this. Can I apply if my background is not in mechanical engineering, but I have 5 years experience in this field? Professor Aufderheide already addressed this question in the chat. Thank you very much. So maybe Mr. Sharma would like to add something on it, and also
not really, because actually Professor really answered this thing, but all I just want to say that if you are having same way, and just like the last question, that over here, if you are not having those related subjects, but you are having the knowledge and you can just crack that exam, and more likely you are very much interested, then there's no point of like thinking of so much. Just directly go and apply in the university. Things will come out of its own.
Okay, great. And Professor Stetter, is experience important to apply for the program or not at all?
I mean, nearly not at all. I think you should have a certain openness towards mathematics, towards physical things. You should have not be too far away from technology, but there's no experience required. It's just you can leave school, any school, if you're good enough and you have some knowledge in mathematics, then you can start the program.
Okay, great. Thanks. Next question. Can I do internship outside of Germany? From Deggendorf, we already received the answer from Emma. Yes. And in case of Südwestfalen, for example?
Of course you can. We have a lot of students who are doing internships abroad. Maybe also interesting is that we have a partner university in the UK with this particular course I was presenting. And we have also a double degree program where you can even go 1 semester to the UK, and at the end you earn the degree of the German university and of the university in the UK at the same time.
Great. That's very valuable information. Thank you, Professor. Now, Professor Stetter.
Yeah, also the same. So for us, I think especially this program, it fits really well. So it is possible to do it in Germany, especially if you are from abroad. It might be interesting, but you can do it anywhere in the world.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Another question from Ghana. Do you accept Cambridge examinations in English? Again, Deggendorf already provided the answer in the chat. Thank you, Emma. And yeah, Professor Aufderheide, Professor Stetter, any takes on it?
No, not generally, of course. If you have a complete module, of course, where you can say you can actually transfer it in one of our modules, we would be happy to do that. But any kind of additional certificates, which are not a complete module, that is not possible.
Okay.
One thing I would like to tell, for the English proficiency, if they are asking, all you need is you can just go to the 2 exams which are being world renowned by every standard. One is the IELTS, another is the TOEFL.
Yes.
And within the IELTS, you can go to IDP or also to the British Council.
Exactly.
That's the Cambridge only.
Exactly.
So these are the 3 things where you can go actually.
Okay, great. Thank you. So yeah, there are many questions and they are rising. The number is rising. Obviously, we will not be able to address all these questions, but there are 2 more questions that I promised to address, and then we can call it a day. But to those whose questions will not be addressed right now, the professors and our guests share generally information regarding the contact details, and I also put them in the chat. So this would be the best option because of time limitations, we'll not be able physically to address all the questions. We addressed already around 40. So yeah, this would be my suggestion to make good use of the contact details that were provided, and yeah, make sure that they will get back to you. So last 2 questions then. It was 2 or 3, I will see. And then we can call it a day. So hello, I have a Master of Automotive Engineering with GPA of 3.81 from 4 from Iran University of Science and Technology. My TOEFL score is 90 and my quantitative part of the GRE score is 162 out of 170. Very nice CV. I want to apply for a Master's Engineering in Mechanical Engineering, but I do not know how should I start and what is the deadline for the upcoming semester. Could I ask you to help me in this way? So the question is the deadline for master's programs, 2 master programs that were presented, and any suggestion on how to start. Anyone can take it.
Basically, I think the easiest way is go to the webpage of our course. I just shared it in the chat. There is all the information regarding the deadline, also about the application procedure. As a non-EU student, you need to go through Uni Assist, where you actually can apply, and there is all the information. So the best option to start is really check the different programs which are interesting for you. You shall decide, as my colleagues Mr. Stetter and Sharma also said, decide on the contents of your program, on what you really like to do, and then just apply. And hopefully you will get an admission at one of the universities. That's basically it.
Very good suggestion. Thank you very much. Mr. Sharma, you want to suggest anything else?
Same, we can just, for DIT, you can just hop on to the Primus portal. You will get all the information. And I have already told the students regarding the same that the summer semester, when it is going to be commencing, and same for the winter semester, along with the dates of applying the application for the same. Like it's all 15 and 1 from 15th of October, from 15th of November till 15th of January for the winter semester, and the course will start from 15th of March at Campus Calm, and so will be happening from 15th of April till 15th of July for the winter semester at the main campus Deggendorf, and the course will be commencing from 1st of October.
Okay, yeah. So thank you very much for all the details. Just to once again repeat, all these kind of technical details of numbers, especially when it comes to numbers, it's much easier to remember for you guys if you enter the website that were provided by our speakers already. So check them out frequently and you will find all the information there. And then last question for today, and we will have call today. So there was a question from Tyron, who wanted to know, so I will read the question. I'm really excited about what is currently happening in the fields of science and tech and mechatronic. I have yet to finish a B.Sc and my curiosity got the better of me. I would like to inquire if someone has suggestions for research and development projects. So either any in your universities or at your programs, any projects or courses, separate courses in this field that we can suggest to Tyron? Yeah, anyone could address.
I would say we have numerous different fields. For example, my colleague who is at the moment doing machine learning a lot, and he has, I think, 10 PhD students alone. And of course, related to that, there is a lot of projects related to that. However, it's of course difficult to answer exactly in what field you should actually look, because it really depends on your personal preferences. So I give you more like a general advice. Really check the typical databases of what is currently published in academia in a specific field, and really find a topic which really hunts you, and because then usually you really would be able to deliver very, very excellent work.
Yeah, great. Thanks a lot. Anyone would like to add something to it?
I mean, I would agree. It's just, I don't know how far he is right now in the studies. Yeah. So it's also a question, because at a University of Applied Science, the advantage is that you can already participate in science during your studies. Absolutely. So usually we start to involve our students if they are in the 3rd, 4th semester. They have their projects, and because there is not so much scientific stuff at a University of Applied Sciences, we have to work with students, and so they can participate really closely. So for this, I would also really recommend to look at University of Applied Sciences. But as Mr. Aufderheide said, like look for the persons that do the research, that publish about the research, and you find the best possibility.
Great. Thank you very much, Professor. Yeah, thanks a lot for your advices. And I see the number, I see the 16, and it bothers me a lot that I have to leave it out, but yeah, we have to do this now. It's 17, but these are really nice questions, really relevant questions. And as I said, please, and they're for all of the programs actually. And I would ask you once again to use the emails, use the contact details, and get back to professors and our guests. This would be the best advice. We cannot, unfortunately, we cannot go for longer. Now, I would call it a day. I would say thank you very much to our guests for wonderful presentations, for staying with us, for answering these questions in the chat and also live. It was a pleasure. Also, thanks for our attendees for being super active. It was a huge challenge, as we could see from a huge amount of questions. I can see the interest, and I'm happy that we could address, to a certain extent, address your interests for these study programs. And yeah, for those who would like to leave us feedback for today's webinar, any questions left or any concerns, etc. So yeah, please. You can, the direct links are there in the chat, and you can leave the feedback on Facebook or Google pages there. So yeah, once again, thank you very much, everyone. I wish you a very nice evening or morning or afternoon, depending on where you're coming from now. And I hope to see you on our future webinars as well. Take care and bye-bye.
Georgi, okay. Thank you very much. And
thank you very much for the organization. Also, everyone, all the best to the other speakers.
Bye-bye.
I really liked it. It was a good webinar.
Yeah, thank you very much.
It was really fun meeting all of you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye-bye.